Donovan's game just got over, so.
superstar. How are you? Very good, very good. Did you bring me lunch? Just like your dad does, right? Yeah.
You get this one over here, baby.
Very good, very good. How are you, sir?
Good.
I went through names already
Okay.
with the assistant coach.
You've got the tougher one.
Well, I'm not sure. You've got a few. But
You seem to recruit Scandinavia.
he's all over 7 different countries. Trina Dreyer.
Okay.
Sorry. Trina Dreyer. Cheyenne Scott, November Morton, Fanny Hawkinson, Amanda Allen. Then
I remember Julia's daughter.
yes, Julia's daughter.
Julia's
Good log.
Julia's son.
Yeah, it's daughter. Yeah, good log, Julia's daughter. Kaylin Ebb, Michaela.
Daniels, Gracie Doan.
Yep, Silent E.
Anisha.
Yeah, and she's out basically. They said so.
Is it Michaela Gelbo?
Michaela. Yeah, Michaela Gelbo. Teresa.
Teresa Sepulveda.
New team just getting together. It was early in the year.
On the men's team, all of a sudden they got this kid playing 5 games all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Pretty much a game on.
Yeah, he got eligible. Yeah, they got 2 20-point scores.
I said it either played the first 5 games of the year and got hurt.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah, and I went in. I saw that he played the last 5. He got eligible. I talked to Justin briefly. Something. I don't know what the story was, but he was at UMass Lowell before, but he's still a freshman, so he didn't play there. But maybe there was some eligibility thing where he came, transferred, and then a year later, he just didn't know. You all right?
Halfway down?
Yeah, yeah. So he didn't know the story, and I'd like to ask the coach or somebody what that story is. But yeah.
Did men's coach at like an SEC school at some point? Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think so. And he's been there.
They said 14 years here, but 30 some years.
Yeah.
I Googled his name and I couldn't find any like history of it.
Yeah. He says they're going to double team Dory all the time since Dory's had all the success the last 2 games. He says they'll double down, so we need to make shots today. Move the ball and find the open shooter, and then make the shot. This is basically the same old story, same things I'm telling you time and time again.
Well, the men somehow got a win.
Unbelievable. Also,
breakthrough game.
down. So I get a text, or I emailed Tom saying, there's no box yet for the game last night on Thursday. He goes, yeah, we're going to look at the tape to see before we post it. He goes, Justin thought that there were 7 or 8, maybe 10 blocks for down, and they only credit him for 4.
Like last game?
Yeah. Well, I brought that up with Tom. I mentioned it to him, so I'll tell you about that in a second. But anyway. There'll be a moment of silence.
Ishmael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know him. Do you know?
He was the little boy that was always pushed out in a wheelchair.
Okay. All right. Do you know enough to? Do you know his name, last name, or anything?
I can look on the tweet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's been manager for years.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll throw it to you for basically. And before we have the starting lineups and the anthem, we will have a moment of silence, Jack, and you can just jump right in.
All right.
Welcome, everybody, courtside at the University of Tampa as it's Sunshine State Conference women's basketball, where the Tampa Spartans will take on the Florida Tech Panthers. Tampa comes in 9-4, second place in the conference. Florida Tech in 10th place at 3-9. Hi, everybody. Jack Ike along with Scott Lynn as we get ready for this big game on the Spartans' home court in a game that is critical for the Spartans as they are tied for second place in the conference. And I'll correct that, the Spartans are 10-4 on the season.
Yeah, they've won their last couple, and obviously Dory Nudge has been big in both of those games. Had a career-high 24 points in the last game that we called against Embry-Riddle.
The nice thing is the Spartans, both men and women, picked up some big wins over the weekend, on midweek, went to Palm Beach Atlantic and came away with 2 victories.
And both of them very close victories.
Yes.
In fact, Dory Nudge came up with
another
game-winning basket, and they did have a chance to tie it with a 3 at the buzzer, but the 3-point play by Dory in the final minute turns out to be the difference.
And she had just a week ago had a basket here to send a game into overtime that the Spartans then went on to win.
A last-second basket, 0.6 of a second to go.
That's cutting it close.
It was close.
Still counts as a victory.
And it was.
As we are getting ready for the start of this game, we'll give you the starting lineups as well, as the Spartans trying to stay at the top and Florida Tech trying to move up the standings. But first, we will have the national anthem.
It might be just a second, Jack. It looks like, oh, here we go.
Here we go. Cue the drummer.
Well, that doesn't sound like the anthem. It's a different version than I've heard.
It's not the Jimi Hendrix one.
Cue it up. There we go. Okay. Well, I will tell you this. I talked to Tom Jesse about this game, and he said this is an important game because what you have is Florida Tech fighting to try to get into be one of the top 8. There's the buzzer that'll get us to the anthem. But trying to be one of the top 8 to get into the tournament. So this is a must-win game for Florida Tech. It's also very, very important because, as you said, right now the Spartans are fighting with Eckerd for second place behind the leader, Florida Southern. So it's a big game for both teams in their respective paths.
They're not going to catch Florida Southern 12-0.
No.
4-game difference
fight
already.
For second.
Yes.
I think they're looking for somebody to sing the anthem. Jack, are you volunteering?
I'm not. All right, well then we need to find the CD for the national anthem.
Okay.
I will mention the Spartans. Nope, I'll mention it later.
Okay.
Just about ready for tip-off. We'll get you the starting lineups for today's game. The Florida Tech Panthers are located in Melbourne, Florida, so they had to make the trip across the Florida Peninsula for this game. Pretty big school in terms of enrollment, 16,000 students compared to Tampa, which I thought was pretty good size enrollment. 9,300. Starting lineups for today's game for Florida Tech. They will start with number 2, Cheyenne Scott, a 5'6" sophomore from London, England. Number 10 is Amanda Allen, a 6-foot junior from Oslo, Norway. Number 12 is Kaylin Ebb, a senior from Akokik, Maryland. Number 13 is Michaela Daniels, and she is a freshman from Augusta, Georgia. And number 34 is Teresa Sedlakova, and she is a senior from Pezinok, Slovakia. They are coached by John Reynolds. Assistant coach is Matt McHenry.
Yeah, 7 different countries represented on this Panthers squad.
It's interesting. They do. It looks like they recruit Scandinavia more than any other place.
Exactly.
Starting lineups for the Tampa Spartans. They will start with number 11, Stasia Titer, a 5'8" senior from Orlando, Florida. Number 12 is Chris Nelson. She is a 5'4" junior from Augusta, Georgia, by way of Temple College in Texas. Number 13, Dory Nudge, a 6'2" sophomore from Hungary by way of the University of South Florida. Number 23, Emily Eshu, a senior, a 5'9" senior from Naperville, Illinois, a transfer from Bradley University. And number 32, the Spartans go big again this game, is 6'3" senior Lauren Cody from Findlay, Ohio, and she played a couple years at St. Joseph's College in Indiana. Spartans are coached by the legendary Tom Jesse, assistant coach Caitlin Mitrick, a graduate assistant coach is Elena D'Alfredo. Florida Tech will be wearing the black jerseys with the maroon or crimson numerals, the Spartans in white with red. So the Spartans do go back with the Twin Towers today, Scott.
They do indeed, and we will see Lauren Cody alongside Dory Nudge. Nudge, by the way, with back-to-back 20-point games, had that 24-point game, a career high against Embry-Riddle the last time they were on this court, and then at Palm Beach Atlantic, another 20-point game.
Tip is up and controlled by Florida Tech, and that is Amanda Allen. Gets it to Cheyenne Scott, who runs the point. Into the corner, that's Michaela Daniels. Top to Scott. Drives the lane, Nelson cuts her off. They have to reset the offense. And that is Scott, 9 on the shot clock. Going to try to drive on Nelson. Gets the lane, left-hander up and in.
Well, the first time these two teams met, Tampa won 57-42. Tampa had 4 players in double-figure scoring, led by Nudge's 15 points. FIT had no players score in double figures in that game, but Tom Jesse said this is a much different team. They've really improved a lot, and Tampa is going to have to move the basketball and hit their shots from the outside because he anticipates a lot of double-teaming on the low-post players.
Allen has the ball outside. They go inside. Sedlakova tries to back down Nudge. Nudge, pretty good defense. Sedlakova gets her own rebound to Scott. Cuts her way through the lane. Layup no good. Titer with the board. Spartans with 3 players, Scott, averaging in double digits. No player averaging in double digits for Florida Tech. And Cody, who has really come on with some offense the last, since we started January.
Yeah, she really has started to look to score, too. I mean, it was always before she was just looking to pass. They said, hey, you're going to play, and you're going to score.
You're being truthful about that. They did tell her, look to score.
Yeah. And she's shown the ability to do that, so why not?
She's got some good moves inside. Foul called. No, they baseline, I believe. Stepped on the baseline. Turnover will give the ball to the Spartans. 2-2. Just short of 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nelson off a pick from Cody. Nudge outside. Titer, top scorer for the Spartans inside. Cody is the top scorer in this game.
Well, nice work with the left hand right there. She's a right-handed player, so she went the offhand since she was on that side of the basket. Good fundamental play right there.
4-2 Tampa. Allen up top. Feeds Scott. Daniels bounces it inside. Nudge tips it away. Gets it to Cody, and Cody to Nelson. Gets away from Scott. Nelson tries to drive. Off the glass. No, won't fall.
You know, that one interesting matchup is Nelson at 5'4" and Cheyenne Scott at 5'6". Actually, Scott looks a lot taller, or Nelson might be a little bit shorter than
Right.
the 5'4".
You are correct.
Because there's a height advantage for number 2 in the dark jersey there.
Turnaround jumper. Allen, nothing but net. 4-4.
That was a nice turnaround move. A little one-hand push shot from the right elbow.
Baby hook almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a hook or a jumper, and it kind of was in between.
Cody with 6 points, all 6 for the Spartans. They're looking for her. I think they've maybe exploiting a weakness at the moment.
Cody 6, Panthers 4.
Sends us scurrying to the books to see.
Yeah.
We did that last time she had a good start like that.
Well, I've already done it. Her season high is 10 points.
I was going to say double digits, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, it was 10 points fairly early in the season, actually. That was at Alaska Fairbanks.
It's Daniels trying to guard her. And so far, she's been able to move her around. Daniels at 5'11", Cody 6'3". There's a bucket not attributed to Lauren Cody.
But Dory Nudge with a deuce. So, again,
you have to be 6 feet tall to score so far.
Yeah, no people under 6 feet have scored yet for Tampa.
8-4 Tampa. Jump shot. Nice.
Wow.
Bangs it home by Ebb.
Ebb's a leading rebounder and stealer for this Panther team. 5.9 rebounds a game and 1.4 steals, averaging 8.5 points.
Kalen, third highest scorer on the team at about 8.5. Sedlikova is second in scoring, but the top scorer not even in the lineup right now, and that's Gracie Doan.
Well, that was a really nice play, very unselfish play right there by Cody as she was triple teamed down low and found Tighter wide open on the baseline. Stasia just did not hit down the little 12-foot baseline jumper.
This women's game followed by a men's game at about 4 o'clock.
You know, the other thing was, we talk about it being a 15-point victory at FIT. Tom Jesse reminded me it was a 4-point game with 5 minutes left.
Okay.
They pulled away down the stretch to make it a 15-point.
In the balance most of the way.
Yeah.
Tighter looks, pulls up free throw line. Off right.
These two teams do look very similar in athleticism and size. They everybody matches up really well.
Scott with a nice drive. This time she goes right hand, puts it in, and we're tied at 8. She has 4. Ashu. It's one of the first times she touched the ball today. Tighter, able to get to Nelson. Nelson drives the lane, left-handed layup in.
Nice recognition right there by Chris Nelson. She realized that her defender didn't come after her after she was screened on the pick, and she just split the difference and went down and shot an uncontested left-handed layup.
10-8 Spartans. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Allen, and she knocks down another one, nothing but net.
Well, and we've seen that shot. That is her shot. That's her form. It's not really a jump shot. It's not really a hook. It's kind of just it's not a set shot.
It's a juke.
Yeah, okay. But it's successful. It's looked really good so far.
Whatever you call it, it's successful, yes. Ashu fading away, free throw line, in and out. Coming the other way is Scott. Top of the key, swinging it. Trying to go inside to Sedlikova, but Nudge is making it very tough. Scott, left-hander, a little bit too hard and taken away by Eshu.
Both teams now 5 of 10 from the floor.
Nelson bounces in at a Nudge, and reaching in is Sedlikova, and that is the first foul called this game.
I'm pretty sure the officiating crew has a barbecue later this afternoon.
It's a veteran crew. We've seen these guys many times here.
Yep, Will Schreiber, Michael Bowman, and Marshall O'Shields.
So we've got the under 5 timeout, and the score is 10-10, Spartans and Florida Tech.
We have a lot of sponsors of UT Athletics. One of them is Courtyard by Marriott, located at 3805 West Cypress in Tampa. It's the official host hotel of the Spartans. When you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate for huge savings. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing. Pizza Hut is a proud supporter of UT Athletics. Call Pizza Hut today at 251-3399 here in the local area and get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep, right here on campus. And if you're thirsty, grab a Pepsi. Pepsi's been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years. I'm going to have a sip of my Pepsi right now.
There you go. I keep them in business.
Yes. Between you and me, the stock continues to rise.
Yes. You might be too late to buy stock.
Yeah.
So I've been drinking Pepsi for about 40 years. Substitution coming in for Florida Tech is number 15, Gracie Doan, a senior from Roanoke, Virginia, leading the team in scoring at 9.3 points a game.
And Julia Ingram's in now for Tampa as well, number 3.
The designated marksman. And a foul on Sedlikova. She's picked up 2. And head coach John Reynolds with an exasperated expression, like, why foul above the 3-point line?
Sedlikova and Nudge look like they're the same player. I mean, they're both big, strong, athletic, tough. But from a Tampa perspective, it's good to see Sedlikova sitting down over there with those 2 fouls.
They did make 2 substitutions at the whistle. Get them to you in a second. Titer drives, lays it up, and gets it to go.
Nice scoop with the left hand there.
Spartans take the lead. Also into the lineup is number 5, Fanny Håkansson. She is a sophomore from Stockholm, Sweden. And number 11 into the game, and that's Gudlag Juliusdottir from Iceland.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, 15, Gracie Doan, she's athletic.
Yep.
Out there as well, and she is matched up against Ingram here at the defensive end.
I do remember Juliusdottir. I think she started a lot of games over the previous couple seasons. Spartans scoring again. Dory Nudge. 14-10 Tampa.
The Spartans are doing a great job of getting the ball to the rack. We're seeing almost nothing but layups.
I think 7 points or 7 buckets in the paint.
Yeah.
Maybe within the circle, the half circle. Jump shot in and out, this time by Allen. Fighting for it, and Eshu takes it away. Tells the team head up court. Nelson looking. Pass inside to Titer. Kicks it out. Ingram won't fall.
Oh, she called for the ball too. She said, Stasia, I'm here. Yeah. I'm open.
Online, just a little strong. Juliusdottir turns around in the lane, missing it. And Chris Nelson skies for the rebound. Picked by Titer. Nudge, back out, threw it away.
Yeah, drove right into the defensive help and found the ball knocked away. Good defense that time by the Panthers.
Hawkinson. Shot is missed. Eshu corrals that one.
Yeah, Florida Tech is 3-10 in the Sunshine State Conference. Their 3 wins are Berry, Palm Beach Atlantic, and Nova Southeastern. Of their 10 losses in conference, though, 2 were by 4 points, 1 was a 5-point loss, and another by 6. They could easily be, 7-6 instead of 3-10.
Right, and you mentioned it close against the Spartans till the Spartans ran away with it in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah.
5 on the shot clock. Eshu has it knocked out of bounds. Tampa will get the ball 3 seconds on the shot clock. 9.6 in the quarter.
Tom Jesse calling out the play and reminding the players there's only 3 on the shot clock. So this will be a quick hitting play.
Goes to Nudge. She's going to have to shoot.
Oh, she didn't know.
Didn't know.
She didn't know.
Boy, oh boy, that has got to frustrate Tom Jesse.
And it does. Well, and I'm not sure. Well, I guess he is looking at Dory, but he might have been saying, hey, everybody's got to let her know. Somebody has to let her know.
There has to be a captain to kind of spread the word, and a driving layup, and they score just before the buzzer. And that is the quarter. First quarter comes to an end with Tampa leading Florida Tech 14-12. He is talking to Chris Nelson.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. He called the play, and then he told Chris Nelson, but she didn't share that knowledge with the other players.
That's where you got to get it out there. Make sure everybody's aware and be the leader of the team.
Indeed. Well, we're at the end of the first quarter, so it's time to let you know that Crown Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. Crown Plaza, the place to meet. Did you know that our team has its own official orthopedic physicians? Let's give a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and the Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping the Tampa players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. And the official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's First Class Coach. If you ever need to charter a bus, go online to martsfirst.com. That's MARTZFIRST, martsfirst.com.
14-12 in the quarter for the Spartans. They shoot 7 of 13. Missed their 2 3-point shots, and nobody went to the free throw line, as I think there was, one foul called. Only a couple fouls called in the quarter. Spartans will inbound to start the quarter with a 2-point lead. Cody with 6, Nudge with 4, Nelson 2, Titer 2. Eshu finds Ingram, bounce it inside. Nudge lost the ball, taken away by Hawkinson.
Oh, and it's too bad, too, because Chris Nelson was streaking towards the basket from the far corner. Could have been a layup.
Long 3, tipped away, rebounded, up and in by Julius Daughter, and this game is tied.
We've had a few ties.
Spartans did have a 14-10 lead, the biggest lead of the game. Florida Tech led by 2 because they scored the first basket of the game.
Yeah.
Spartans come back.
I'm sorry, Jack. We've had 5 ties, so pretty early in the game for having 5 ties.
Yes. Hawkinson also into the lineup now is number 3, November Morton, a freshman from Clearwater Countryside High School, which is not far from here.
Boy, Amanda Allen just went down the lane and missed an uncontested layup. Would have tied the score yet again. Yeah, we talk about being from 7 different countries, and we have somebody local.
Yes. 5 on the shot clock. Titer pivots, gets free, knocks it. No, one fall, rolled around the rim and out.
Ooh.
Hawkinson quickly up court to Morton. She hits a 3. And the Clearwater native from Countryside High School gives her team a lead in her own backyard, 17-16. And Tom Jesse with a quick timeout, didn't like that one. And I tell you what, Hawkinson has been rebounding really well, and she just gets that outlet pass out very quickly.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They turn it around and go, and he didn't like that. Nobody got back.
Yeah,
Morton.
And Morton, obviously, she can shoot the 3. She's not their leading 3-point shooter, but she's made, coming into the game, 17 to 56, 30%. So she doesn't hesitate to launch the 3. We'll have that timeout, so I'll let you know that the Barnes & Noble Bookstore has all your needs in one spot. Stop by and grab the latest UT gear, snacks on the run, as well as thousands of accessories for everyday needs. Open Monday through Saturday, located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center, or shop online at utampa.bncollege.com. Walter's Press Box in Southdale Mabry is Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery, serving for more than 20 years. The Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. The Press Box, located at 222 South Dale Mabry.
Both teams have made 8 field goals. Neither team has shot a free throw. The difference in the game is a 1 3-point basket for Florida Tech. They lead by 1. Spartans have Ingram, Titer, Nudge, Eshu, and Malia Sullivan into the lineup for Tampa. So Sullivan in for Nelson, and Ingram and Eshu will be running the guard. Eshu doesn't hit it, falls into the hands of Titer.
Long rebound there, and Titer happened to be on the weak side, right where the ball came off.
Sullivan in there, number 24, freshman from Orlando. Ingram spots up, on the way, good.
She's just a terrific three-point shooter.
You know, you can just tell that it's going in.
She has such a great release.
Hawkinson missing it, Sullivan boards. But stolen by Hawkinson, who lays it up and in. That's a mistake Malia Sullivan won't make in a season.
Well, Tom Jesse has said, yes, she's really talented, but she has made freshman mistakes. There was one of them. She had a good idea. Titer was ahead of the pack, and she might have been able to shoot a layup at the other end.
But lurking in the weeds to take the pass was Hawkinson.
She didn't hide it very well, did she? That she was going to make that pass.
Titer missing it. Quickly out. Hawkinson across the line.
Boy, this feels like it's going to be a game that goes down to the final shot.
Yep. Julius Daughter fadeaway hits. Got into the lane, turned on Eshu, and knocked it down.
You talked earlier about how they don't have any players in double-figure scoring, but they have a lot between 3.5 to 9.
Yeah,
and everybody seems to play and be capable of scoring.
They only average 59 points a game, lowest in the conference. Nudge tries to put a move on, forced to kick it back out. Ingram, that's not bad to force that.
She wasn't forced. That was the plan all the way, Jack. Get it in the hands of Ingram.
I didn't say she forced the pass. I just said she was forced to kick it out because they guarded her so well.
That's right. Yeah, and you were correct in that description. Absolutely.
Julius Daughter, she loses it. Eshu turns it around the other way. Spartans by 1. Sullivan drives, and she gets fouled on the drive. Foul is going to be on Doan, number 15.
Sullivan's a little disappointed in herself that she wasn't able to get the basket and won. But she will shoot a couple. So, yeah, first free throws of the game here. Boy, how great has this game been? Neither team has led by more than 4.
And that was a brief one for the Spartans.
Yeah.
Sullivan, just a 46% free throw shooter. So if you're looking for something to work on.
I wasn't going to mention it.
She missed the first one, so I thought I would, which meant this one should have gone in. It doesn't. 22-21, Spartans still lead. Scott, top of the key to Doan. Hawkinson backs it out.
Sullivan's keeping track of Doan. She is their top three-point shooter in makes, launches, and percentage.
And there's one by that's Doan knocking it down. Her first basket of the game, and gives Florida Tech a 2-point lead.
I mean, I couldn't even get the words out fast enough about Doan being their best three-point shooter.
And they found her, and she hit. Lauren Cody back into the Spartan lineup in the middle.
She's supposed to wait till I get done with that thought before she hits the three.
You know, if she was courteous, she'd have done that. Polite.
Coming into the game, 52 of 148, 35%.
Ingram, as the shot clock wound down, had to shoot from a little deeper than usual, off the front of the rim. And the Panthers have it. Jump shot, good. Knocking that one down is Daniels for her first bucket of the game. So now everyone for Florida Tech has scored. You were just sort of mentioning they're very balanced, except Sedlikova, who went to the bench with 2 fouls a while ago. Titer got the pass, but she's fouled by Daniels.
Cody, of course, had those 3 quick baskets inside, has not taken another shot since, and Ingram has hit a couple of 3-pointers. So they lead the way for Tampa with 6 points apiece. 4 points is the leading score. There's like 9 players, well, not really, but I mean, there's a number of players with 4 points. 4 different players with 4 for the Panthers.
Ingram to inbound for Tampa, 4:34 in the quarter. They get it to Cody. Cody did go out for a while. She did score those first 3 buckets. Then they went a little smaller. Ingram almost had the way, but goes to Eshu, who knocks it down.
And she did a great job of finding the open shooter. It was the drive and dish out. Drive in, kick it out to a wide open shooter, and Eshu can make those shots. Eshu and Ingram, great 3-point shooters for Tampa.
Tampa down 1. 4 minutes to go till halftime. Driving on Julia McClure off the glass and in, and Morton is entertaining her. Probably some locals here to see her.
Probably so.
5 points.
Eshu and Ingram are both 41% shooters from 3-point range.
Bounce pass to Titer.
Both prefer to be spotted up, by the way.
McClure doesn't hit it, right into the hands of Titer. She comes back out, and the Spartans reset.
Sorry, Jack, I walked on you there, but again, they don't really go off the dribble very often and shoot those threes, but if they're spotted up on either wing, they can knock them down.
It's usually a kick out, like right there. There's your result.
That wasn't a wing, but Ingram is showing that she can drain it. That's her 3rd triple already.
From Palm Harbor University, where my daughter will go to school next year.
Yeah. She's going to be featured at halftime of the men's game, I understand.
She will be. It's a children's cancer game to raise money to fight pediatric cancer. She's a cancer survivor, will be speaking.
Very good, very good.
I don't know if she has her script memorized yet.
Well, I think she's going to hand you the mic, I think.
Ingram inside the arc. That one rolled around and didn't fall. Only come the other way. Back inside, to the ground, back outside. Daniels drives, she ran into Cody, rebounded, got it, and controlled by Titer. 30-28, Florida Tech on top. Eshu bounces it to Cody, and she couldn't hold on, and it's kind of spun out of her arms into the hands of Doan. Quickly up court, Allen. Inside, Allen drives, puts it up. No, she's got that shot down. She's dangerous in the lane.
She is indeed.
4-point lead, biggest lead of the game for either team. Both have had 4-point leads.
In case you're wondering about Julia Ingram, she's 3 of 5 in this game. Her career high, 6 made threes out of 9. That was when she scored 24 against Puerto Rico Mayaguez earlier this season.
So she's on that pace. She's actually 3 of 4 on threes. McClure drives, lays it up too hard. And stole it, but they call her, I think they got McClure for the foul, yeah. This game has gone fast, not a lot of fouls.
No.
1:06 to go in the half. 2 fouls on Florida Tech this quarter, 1 on Tampa this quarter. Cody out, nudge in for the final minute. Allen finds Hawkinson. Back out. 10 on the shot clock, 45 on the game clock. Pass inside, tipped away. Saved, but stolen by Ingram. 10-second difference, shot to game. Titer loses it. Taken away by Scott, and she hustles her way the other way. 5-second difference, shot to game. So they're going to slow it down, back it out. Now 10 on the shot clock. Morton already hit 2. Misses that one. Fighting for it is Nudge. There's time. 7 seconds. McClure hustles it up the floor. She's going to try to drive all the way. Puts it up and in at the buzzer. And it's a 32-30 score. Florida Tech leads at the half.
That's a nice drive there by the senior. She recognized how much time it was going to take her to get down there. She went coast to coast. Very nicely done.
Glancing up at the clock most of the way. Kind of looked like a hockey player just weaving her way through center ice. Got down into the crease and just kept going and laid it in.
That's right. So Justin Pekka, the associate head coach for the men's team, will be coming up here in just a moment or two to talk about it. But also, I don't know if you want to give a score leader or two while we're waiting.
Why not?
Justin to make his way here.
I'm in the mood. 32-30, Florida Tech leading the Spartans at halftime. For the Spartans, Julia McClure with 2. Julia Ingram with 9 on 3 3-pointers. Stasia Titer with 4. Dory Nudge with 4. Emily Eshu with 3. Chris Nelson with 2. And Lauren Cody 6. Cody scoring the first 6 points of the game. The Spartans are 13 for 26. That is an even 50%. They are 4 of 9 from downtown. That's 44. And 0 of 2 from the free throw line. On the other side, Scott leading the way. November Morton with 5 points. Cheyenne Scott, the guard, with 6 points. Hawkinson with 4. Allen has 6. Ebb with 2. Julius Daughter with 4. Daniels 2. Doan with 3. Sedlikova didn't score. That's 32 points on 15 of 29. They are 51% from the floor. 2 of 6 on 3-pointers and have not shot a free throw. Justin Pekka on his way over will preview the men's game.
Very good. You mentioned earlier that this game moved along quickly. I thought maybe Justin was back in his whirlpool getting ready for the game here a moment ago. But no, he's here, and we'll visit with him here in just a moment. We'll let Jack take a break here, and we'll talk a little bit about the men's game as soon as we get Justin all set and ready to go. And I think we're good. You got me, my friend?
I got you.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can. That's Justin Pekka, associate men's head basketball coach, University of Tampa. The men's game coming up at 4 o'clock this afternoon as they take on the Florida Tech Panthers. Florida Tech just 2-11 in conference play. They've lost 8 of their last 9, all our Sunshine State Conference games. Tampa snapped its 7-game losing streak with a win on Wednesday night, and Justin, I know that was a huge relief for you guys.
Time, yeah. We needed that one bad. It was tough on the road.
And it went right down to the wire again.
Went down to the wire, yeah. We had a nice lead, and some things happened, and it was a tight game, but we found a way to pull it out, so it's all that matters.
Alberto Moreno was back in action in that game. Had some limited minutes, I understand.
Yeah, he was limited a little bit, but he had great enthusiasm before the game. He was pretty fired up, and I think that kind of got the other guys fired up, ready to play. So.
And speaking of fired up, how excited are you about Marco Downer and his play here of late?
Yeah. We're really excited. He's getting better on a daily basis, and kind of had a breakout game there, scoring some points, rebounds, bunch of blocks.
16 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks officially. There might have even been more.
Yeah, but he changes the game and alters a lot of shots that don't really count, as blocks. But he does a really good job, and he's really dialed in right now.
The last 3 games, he's averaging 10 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 5 blocks a game. That's a pretty good.
Pretty good for a true freshman.
Yeah, true freshman. He looked at the start of the season. We talked about it on air, and you were not shy in saying he's a project. He's raw. A guy. He's raw. We'll see how he develops. Well, suddenly he's come to life here at midseason. He really has.
He's gotten an opportunity and gotten a lot of minutes here, and big guys tend to develop a little late. So but he's definitely developing quicker than we thought.
I don't want to keep you too long here, but I do want to ask you about this Florida Tech team that's coming in because they lost by 30 to the Spartans on their home floor, 99-69.
Yeah.
Gamble led the way with 27. 4 others were in double figures.
Yep.
They had only 1 player in double figure scoring. It was the leading scorer in the Sunshine State Conference, Derek Murphy, who is averaging almost 23 points a game. But this team is a little different from that time.
They're different and we're different.
Yeah.
We're down a few guys. They've gained a few guys. So.
Yeah, they gained a guy 5 games ago who's averaging over 20 points a game. So Sean Russell.
That doesn't hurt to add a guy like that.
He's a guy, 6'1", freshman from England. He's called a freshman, but he might be a little more mature than some, you think?
He looks a little more mature. We're not sure, but he's...
might be a 37-year-old freshman. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Coach Mims finds players. I know that. He does a good job.
In those 5 games, averaging 20 points, almost 6 rebounds, almost 3 assists, and 2.5 steals.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really...
Yeah, he's a tough kid, strong kid, likes to drive.
Shoots the 3 well.
Shoots the 3. I think he's 42% from 3.
Yeah.
So he's a tough player. So now they have 2 20-point scorers we have to worry about.
And that changes things how you go at him, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can't sag off. We said we could focus on Murphy, but now, there's another guy we're going to need to worry about. And they have a couple good big guys, too, that are playing well. So, their record's not great, but it doesn't reflect what kind of team they are. They're very dangerous. They beat Florida Southern by 18. They've lost a couple close games, so, they're a really good team.
And their point guard, Valson, I believe is how you say it. Again, he's second in the conference in assists, 5.5.
Yeah.
He does turn the ball over on occasion.
Yeah.
I saw that he has 7 turnovers in 5 different games this year. So is there any any chance that you would be pressing him at all? Or
I don't want to give away any secrets.
Okay, that's right. They could be watching here on the internet.
Be listening.
Okay, very good.
Listening.
Well, listen, we're going to let you run, but I just want to thank you, as always, for coming by and giving us a little preview of this game.
We lost our team manager, Ishmael Perkins. We wanted to give him a shout-out. He suffered a tragic heart attack on Tuesday and passed away, and he's been helping us for 4 years. His family's going to be here today, his mom and his aunts.
Oh, that's right. And there'll be a moment of silence.
We'll do a moment of silence, and we'll honor him on senior night, February 27th as well.
That's nice.
But he's done a good job for us for 4 years. He was always at practice, always smiling, just really happy to be involved. And, it's a tough loss. I know our guys are hanging in there, but our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family.
I'm glad you brought that up. I intended to mention it and I forgot. But I thank you for that, and I thank you for stopping by. Good to see you, Justin.
Thank you.
Justin Pekka, Associate Head Coach of the Tampa Spartans. Again, the men's game coming up about 4 o'clock. Halftime here of the women's game. It's Florida Tech 32, Tampa 30. Jack and I will be back in just a bit. In about 8 minutes from now, the second half will begin, and we'll be here with you on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
And welcome back courtside at the University of Tampa. Tampa Spartans taking on the Florida Tech Panthers women's Sunshine State Conference basketball. At the half, Florida Tech leading Tampa 32-30. Tampa comes in second in the conference. Florida Tech is 10th in the conference. Tampa is 10-4 on the conference season, whereas Florida Tech comes in at 3-10. But at the moment, Florida Tech is in the lead, 32-30. Both teams shooting well, 50% or above right now. Very few fouls called in this game. Spartans have been whistled for just one, I should say. Florida Tech only 3, as this game is zipped along. Neither team has made a free throw. Spartans missed. They're only 2. Malia Sullivan went to the line fouled on a shot and missed them both. 32-30. Florida Tech will inbound the ball. Spartans send out Eshu, Ingram, Cody, Titer, and Nudge. Ingram in place of Chris Nelson to start the half. Sedlikova back into the lineup. She picked up 2 quick fouls for Florida Tech. She is in and has the ball. Also in the lineup is Allen. And we've also got Daniels. That's Allen with the ball. Ebb for Florida Tech. A jump shot, no good. Spartans get it, and Cody with the rebound. Spartans back with the Twin Towers.
Sorry, I missed a little.
That's all right. I saw you were doing some work.
I'm talking to Billy Sims, the head coach of the FIT Panthers, and a little bit about his team, and we'll have that game coming up, of course, at 4 o'clock.
Jump shot, Titer, free throw line, knocks it down. We're tied. Stasia Titer with 6 to become the 3rd Spartan to have 6 or more.
See, I didn't miss anything.
No, you didn't. Cody and Titer with 6. Julia Ingram with 9 for Tampa. And it's tied. A drive by Cheyenne Scott. She has really done well driving the lane. Knocks that one home. She has 8, and back into the lead is Florida Tech. 4-point lead, the biggest lead of the game. Both teams have had that, but they've been short-lived. Eshu with the ball for Tampa. The lane opens up, fadeaway free throw line, she hits it.
Well, Eshu is noted for her spot-up shooting, but that was off the dribble. Nicely done. And it's interesting that we do see Julia Ingram starting the second half for Nelson. I think that size advantage and maybe even the quickness of Scott was just a little bit much.
Spartans appear to be in a zone at this time down the floor, as there were a lot of drives down the lane with Scott taking control. That's Ingram with the ball in a tie game. Off a pick from Nudge. Hands it off to Titer. Tom Jesse calling out a play. 10 on the shot clock. Titer inside the arc. 6 on the shot clock. Do they notice it? 3 on the shot clock. 2. Turnaround jumper. Nudge won't fall.
She was aware of the time and got it off just in time, but it just didn't go.
Into the corner. That's Allen. Allen with 6 points in the half, and a drive missed. Just went off the rim. So Daniels thought she had that one and it wouldn't fall. She's coming out.
Gracie Doan's coming back in.
Doan back in. She has 3. She's the leading scorer on the season, averaging 9.3 a game. Though Sedlikova scoreless in this game, I think I had 25 or 4 last game. Whew.
And an interesting substitution here. Julia McClure comes in for Cody.
A nice basket by Dory Nudge. She has 6, and the Spartans take a 2-point lead. McClure guarding Doan.
And that's understandable. Julia McClure, 5'8" senior, perhaps the best defensive player on the team.
And Sedlikova picked up her 3rd, just plowed over Stasia Titer. Or they might say she decleated her on that one.
John Reynolds didn't argue it a bit. He just looked down the bench and said, I guess we got to have to put Hawkinson in.
Not a bad trade-off, though, the way Hawkinson has played in this game. Though it's a little height change from the taller Sedlikova at 6'2". But Doan very athletic and very aggressive. Spartans by 2, 6.5 to go in the quarter. Pass inside to Titer. In the lane, gets her way open, puts it up a little too hard. Tipped by Nudge back out to Ingram, and a new shot clock.
Great recognition by Dory right there. She realized that she might not be able to corral that rebound herself, but she was able to get it out to a teammate.
Ingram. And it's not a shot clock violation. There's still 14.
No one's sure why it went off. The buzzer went off.
Everything was counting down correctly, but the buzzer went off.
Yeah, still 12 on the shot clock, so it just went off, and the official looked over to the scores table and literally saw, it looked like one of those emojis with both hands up in the air like, what?
Did you do that? Did I do that?
Yeah, what's going on?
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Not sure. No foul.
Luckily, there's nothing to dispute here as far as, whether it was a shot clock violation or...
Unfortunately, it was just pounding the dribble at the top of the key.
It was like an inadvertent whistle.
Yeah. 8 on the shot clock. Titer tries to get open. Fouled, though, by Cheyenne Scott on the drive. Scott's first.
Tampa with just one foul called on the Spartans in the whole game.
Eshu, top of the key. Ingram guarded closely by Scott. Scott, a good defensive player. Pass into Nudge. Tipped away by McClure. Tracks it down. Shot clock keeps moving.
McClure realized that wasn't a great entry pass, and she went to corral her mistake.
This time she gets it to Nudge. Back out. McClure might have got away with a walk. Gets it to Nudge. And a foul called, and I think McClure charged. 2 fouls now on Tampa. Second foul
on McClure
of the game.
And both on McClure. Yeah.
100% of the fouls to Julia McClure. Lead stays at 2. Doan to the corner to Allen. She goes inside. Hawkinson. 8 on the shot clock. Scott tries to drive on McClure off the glass too hard. Tipped around into the hands of Titer. She gets it up court to to Ingram. To the corner to McClure. Good passing by the Spartans into Nudge. A little 8-foot jumper too hard. Tipped by Titer, but she gets called over the back.
Tom Jesse says, "Oh, come on, Will. That she was clear. she was up above her and tipped it out."
This is the under 5.
Not going to win that argument.
No, he didn't, so they'll just take a timeout.
Yeah, okay.
This is the under 5 timeout. Tampa 36, Florida Tech 34. This is the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center, Embassy Suites offers a convenient location close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa. Located just a few blocks from campus, come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa. Mastro Subaru is your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer. Located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue, customers can view their huge Subaru inventory as well as receive full-service maintenance on vehicles. As a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials at Mastro Subaru. As they say, our reputation rides with you. And for fresh-made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, their subs are made the firefighter way. They're served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard, Firehouse, founded by firemen.
Men's game coming up after this one. Florida Tech, the number 1 scorer in the conference, and then all of a sudden this new addition comes in for the last 5 games averaging 20 a game.
Yeah, 2 20-point performers. That's going to be a tough battle. They are without, though, their leading rebounder and the second leading rebounder in the conference. He was out for I won't say the season, but he's battling a very bad shoulder injury. So, Coyle. It'll be interesting to see how they fare as Tampa's had its own share of injuries.
Ingram closely guarded. Boy, I tell you what, Cheyenne Scott is like wallpaper.
Yeah.
McClure looks around, still wearing that protective mask from a broken nose. Into Cody, and she lays it in. Hadn't been heard for a while, but she is 4 for 4 from the floor.
Yep, and not one shot beyond a foot and a half from the hoop.
No, we say that about Cedric Bellarmine on the men's team. If you add up all the shots,
yeah,
they add up to about a foot and a half in total. I think the same thing. But you know what? It's a basket.
It is.
Oh, a step back three, rims in and out. Julia's daughter in the lineup rebounds.
Boy, good offensive boy there. She came from the weak side, from far away from the basket. Timed her jump perfectly.
And she has the ball. Finds Allen. She's been good from there. Doesn't fall. Spartans with a 4-point lead and the ball. And I tell you, Cheyenne Scott, whoever she's guarding is going to see her. They're going to have nightmares.
She's
next
really
day.
impressive.
Again to Cody. Oh, laid it up too hard. But fouled on the way in. I don't know if she really was.
She'll take it.
I think she had cleared the space. She's going to go to the free throw line. The good thing for her is that doesn't count as a shot.
That's right.
I remember in high school, I said, "No, that didn't count, right? That I missed that shot, I got fouled."
You were known as the stats guy even as you were playing, huh? Hey, there's our first 5-point lead of the game.
Yes.
For either team.
And the first free throw made by either team today. Yeah, I had a friend, a teammate in high school, who said, I used to ask Jack coming down the court, what's my shooting percentage? And he'd say, well, you're 4 of 8, 50%, Frank.
Yeah, it's good that you were always on top of that.
He went on to a career at St. Leo.
Oh, did he?
I didn't say a great career.
Oh.
I said a career.
I had that same kind of career at SIU. Yeah.
He worked hard. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
6'3", undersized forward even then. Pass inside. Sedlikova, lefty, up and in. Got fouled and hit the shot. So the 5-point lead goes away quickly.
Yeah, and you could see some of those offensive abilities. That's why she averages over 9 points a game. Nice, strong move. Very quick to the basket.
Sedlikova at the line, the lefty, 20 points, 9 rebounds last game, averages 9 plus a game, and has 3 today.
And just got him.
Ashu from deep, front of the rim. Nudge rebounds, though. Less than 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Nudge again. Ashu. Looks to drive, kicks it out to Titer. Found her underneath. They go back out to Nudge. Free throw line jumper. Off the rim, no good. Fighting for it is Titer, and it goes out of bounds to Florida Tech.
That's too bad because there was some great passing that time down by the Spartans. Didn't get rewarded for it, though.
You know, we mentioned that Julia Ingram, 3 of 5 today from threes, was 3 of 5 in the last game. The Spartans played their win at Palm Beach Atlantic. But we're not telling anybody anything new if they follow Spartans women's basketball that Julia Ingram can shoot the 3.
Yeah. Both the men and the women won by 3 at Palm Beach Atlantic.
The good news for the men is it got them off a losing streak.
7. It had reached 7.
Stasia Titer with the shot. And did she get fouled off the basket?
No, I don't think so.
No, they stopped play for a second.
Yeah, I think it might have been somebody didn't let the ball. Yeah, didn't let the ball come through the basket, knocked it away. Maybe a delay of game type warning.
Yep. It's one of our favorite refs making the call there. It's a good guy. Comes high fives us every game.
Will Schreiber, good guy.
Oh, nice move in the lane, and Sedlikova knocks it down and gets the free throw. Dormant for the first 2.5 quarters. She now has 5. And she gets the free throw. And she hits the free throw.
Again, she's a lefty, so when she goes to that left side, you have to realize that is her strong hand.
Yeah.
That's her strength.
The lead down to 1. Mini run of 4 points for Florida Tech. Eshu knocked away. She goes out of bounds and just lost it out of bounds. She got tripped up driving the lane, not fouled, but tripped up and lost control of the ball.
Yeah, I thought she was tripped and there was going to be a whistle, but she didn't fall to the floor, and the officials felt like, well, she should have been able to recover.
Yeah, just
no whistle.
Her foot met someone else's foot. Long three, no good by Morton. Spartans rebound.
Titer's 10th rebound right there. She could end up very soon with her 9th double-double of the season.
She has 8 points. See if she can do it. We just said it. Now, why didn't she do it?
Yeah, I know we set her up.
Nudge. Looks to drive. Kicks it back out to Eshu. 8 on the shot clock. Fade away. Good again. That's twice. She's knocked that shot down.
Here I talk about how she prefers to be a spot-up shooter, which she does, I think. But, boy, she's had 2 very good looks off the bounce.
Moving left. And you know what? That's an easier shot. I'm a lefty, and I always love dribbling to my right and taking the shot. Just something about how you bring the ball up. So she's coming left and brings it up into her right hand. And it's just a little bit easier to do. That was one a little bit strong.
Wait, that went by me really quick. You're a lefty?
I'm a lefty.
That explains it. That explains it.
We're in our right mind, you know.
Yes, you are.
Yes. My dad would not buy me left-handed golf clubs because he said it was a phase, and he didn't want to spend the money, and I'd grow out of it. And I probably just saw some athlete and said I want to be like him.
Yeah.
I haven't changed yet.
Shot clock's off, so we should see Tampa get the last shot of the quarter here.
Under 10, Eshu with the ball. Trying to go inside, can't. Dishes to Ingram with 3. She's going to have to shoot deep, blocked. That's going to end the quarter.
Yeah, Doan sensed that was going to have to be forced up, and she timed it perfectly.
So we have reached the end of 3 quarters. Spartans take the lead, 43-40, and we've got 10 minutes to go right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
At Jimmy John's, they're freaks about fresh bread, meats, and veggies, because that means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's, freak, yeah. Florida Orthopedic Urgent Care, give it up to the Spartan team of physicians of Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group, and to Dr. Seth Gasser and his sports medicine team for keeping the Tampa players active and safe on and off the court with their Ortho Urgent Care, located just minutes away in South Tampa. And University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. So all you UT students who are watching the stream here today, we want you to take advantage of this. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for their variety and hours.
For the quarter, Spartans were 6 of 12, continued the hot shooting. They are an even 19 of 38, 50% for the day. 3 of 13 for Florida Tech, and they fall below 50%, but not by much, 18 of 42.
Well, and again, Tampa was down by 2 at halftime, and despite out-rebounding the Panthers 10-4 and shooting 50% to the 23% of the Panthers, you think that it should be a little bit more of a Tampa lead, but they do enter the fourth quarter with a 3-point advantage. But again, with those numbers, I thought maybe Tampa would be ahead by even more.
Yeah. They did have a 5-point edge in the quarter, though. 13-8. Inside, Titer, there's the double-double.
What a nice move that time down by Stacia Titer. And now we definitely have a delay of game here on Stacia Titer, who knocked the ball away.
Well, that happened. She was the one they kind of noted last time off her basket.
Well, they definitely gave her the delay that time.
Okay.
The delay of game official
What happens
warning.
if they give you another one? Is it free throws? Technical?
It's a T, yeah.
Okay. Thought so.
So, yeah, Titer with a double-double. Her ninth of the season. Dorian Hodge could end up with her 8th of the season if she takes care of some business.
Oh, a little runner by Hawkinson. And she knocked it in. 45-42. Hawkinson now 6 points on the day. Nudge, top of the key, nice little ball fake. Drives the lane and fouled on the way in. Sedlikova picks up the foul. That will be number 4.
I was looking through the Sunshine State Conference stats on their website earlier this morning, and I noted that Dory, I think, had the most free throws made in a game this season in the Sunshine State Conference. I'm trying to remember that now. I didn't write it down, but she had 16 free throw attempts. I'm sorry, not makes, but 16 attempts, which was either first or second in the conference this season.
Misses that one. She's a good free throw shooter. So at least I didn't say it before she shot.
.75% on the year.
I was going to say she probably hit 12 if she took 16.
Yeah.
Lead is 4. 9 minutes to go in the game.
Her first 2 attempts of this game. She leads the team now with 110 attempts this season. The next most is, I think, 62 for Titer.
Drive down the lane. Hawkinson can't get that one to fall.
Nope, 59 by Eshu is the next most. No, so almost twice as many free throws as the next best.
Spartans need this win to keep a hold on second place in the conference at 10-4 right now. Titer, long 3, nothing but net.
Oh, baby. She's got a real chance to be our player of the game, Jack. It's been a while since we talked to Stasia.
It has been.
Gives us the first 7-point lead of the game for either team.
And she now has 13 on the day to go with 10 rebounds. 3 assists as well. 49-42, John Reynolds needs a timeout, and he gets it right here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is the city's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT. Sailport is a refreshing alternative to typical box hotels with its spacious rooms and waterfront relaxation. Sailport Waterfront Suites is an official partner of UT Athletics. And for generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut or other variety paired with a hot coffee. Visit the nearest Krispy Kreme. It's on West Kennedy here in Tampa. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts now. And as I've said many times when I've read that spot, 7 seconds in the microwave. One donut, 7 seconds in the microwave. It then melts in your mouth.
Nice.
Don't burn yourself in it. It'll be warm. It'll be warm, so let it cool just a bit. But it will literally melt in your mouth. 7 seconds on the microwave.
I rode my bike past the Sailport Waterfront Suites.
Did you?
Last Sunday.
Yeah.
And
that's a long place from where you live.
I did 30 miles, and that was about the halfway point. I was on my way back, and the odd part is right about at that point, I'm like, I'm really getting tired.
Yeah.
And I have to go across the Courtney Campbell Causeway, and I miscalculated the breeze was in my face on the way back, and I'm like, but I have to go back.
Wow. Do you have a left-handed bike?
I do.
Okay. Just curious.
Nothing on the right side. No handlebars over there.
Okay.
Drive missed by Hawkinson. Ingram with the rebound.
Do you think SSC Commissioner F.S. Way is right now rolling his eyes listening to us? They're talking about a left-handed bike on the broadcast.
Titer, gets away. Wouldn't fall, though. And McClure gets the rebound, knocked to the ground. Good thing she's wearing a face mask.
Yeah, for that broken nose. Doan ran right into her, but, that's interesting. She ran into the ball. I think she ran into the ball and knocked her down, so I'm not even sure that's really a foul. I don't know how that technically is called, but in this case it was whistled as a foul.
Spartans to inbound. Second foul this quarter for Florida Tech, and they get it into Titer. 7-point lead, biggest of the game. This is a big possession for the Spartans. You start putting a little bit of a gap between you and the Panthers.
They're being very patient, running clock.
Titer in the lane. Little hop step, back out, Eshu. Still time on the clock. 7. Nudge looks. He's going to try baseline. kicks it back out to Titer. Now time is critical. Jump shot on the way. Doesn't go. Nudge rebounds and is fouled.
Dory went right to the weak side rebound position and got fouled as a result of her good effort. And Titer, I don't think for a moment knew how much time there was, looked up and said, I got to launch this baby.
You know, you and I did not play in shot clock eras, or three-point eras for that matter, but I'm just wondering how often do you look at the clock and are cognizant of things like that?
Well, in fact, it's interesting. I just saw a tweet today of one of the, I want to say it might have been Dan Dickow, former Gonzaga star who played with the Trailblazers and a few other NBA teams. He said that high schools which do not have a shot clock are not doing favors for those players who are going to end up playing in college because it does not become a habit. So he suggested, I believe it was Dan, it might have been someone else that I follow on Twitter, but suggesting that there should be a shot clock in all high school games.
Well, the two issues with that, I've researched that as well.
Have you now?
Is you are expecting high schools to put up the shot clocks.
Right,
it's the expense of the shot clock.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And you then have to have a body at the game running the shot clock.
True.
And not every school's got the people to do that.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And not everybody's going to play at the college level either. So you've got that,
I mean, I remember I knew an official from years ago, high school official, said, I don't want the three-point shot coming into high school because we only have two guys, and now that's just one other thing we have to look at.
Yeah.
I think they've handled that well.
Right.
But there was no expense other than they had to paint the floor one season.
Right.
8 on the shot clock that we've just been talking about. Cheyenne Scott with it. I don't think she knows. Now she looks. She didn't know.
No.
Long three by Morton, but she drained it at the buzzer.
It worked out okay for her, but she did not know. I agree with you.
Morton knew, and the freshman from Clearwater knocked it down.
She's got a good-looking shot.
Yeah,
a lot of arc on it, and she drains another three. That's her second, I think.
Yes. She now has 8. Foul inside. Spartans keep going to nudge, and the foul is on Allen. The only one in foul trouble is Sedlikova, and she's on the bench. There isn't anybody on either team with more than 2 other than Sedlikova.
Well, Sedlikova's out there now, actually. She's rebounding. Okay. I was just going to mention last time down at the other end that Dory Nudge has really done a nice job defending her. She's played great position defense, bodies her up, but doesn't foul. Now Sedlikova is going to go out. And but I thought that was interesting that Dory, again, that's been such a great battle. And Sedlikova with only 6 points. Nudge, by the way, now in double figures.
Hits both free throws. She has 9 rebounds.
Yep, 11 points, 9 boards. She might get that double-double right here.
Could be now. Players tend to do things on cue.
All right.
Allen has to back it off. Doan kicks it over to Scott, or Morton, I should say. No, that's Scott. She's bound and determined she was going to shoot, but McClure gets the rebound. Lead is 8, biggest of the game. Off the nudge free throws at the other end. Last time the Spartans came down the floor.
If Dory gets one more rebound, you start adding it up, that would be 17 double-doubles between Titer and Nudge this season.
Wow. That's efficiency. That's why they're both in the top 10 in scoring and 1-2 in rebounding. There's just an inadvertent collision. Tom Jesse, I think, wanted a call. Doan?
I agree with you. He wanted the call.
Yeah,
he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
John Reynolds takes a timeout at exactly 5 minutes to go in the game. Spartans lead 53-45.
Yeah, you talked about the rankings in the for rebounding and everything. I mean, again, Dory and Stasia Titer and Dory Nudge, they all season long they've ranked right up there at the top in rebounding, and now they've added their scoring into it. Suddenly they are 2 players who you have to look at for all conference honors. Yeah, in conference, there we go. Nudge number 1, Tider number 2 in rebounds, and they were 8 and 9 in scoring. So they're definitely two players, especially with the Spartans' success, that have a chance to be all-conference performers. I'm not sure if they'll end up being first-teamers. One might be, or both might be, but it kind of depends on how they finish the rest of the way. If they end up second in the conference, I think they both have a chance to be on that first team. But at the very least, Stasia Tider, of course, was second team a year ago, and she has stepped up in this her senior season. Nudge, I think, has a real shot at being newcomer of the year.
Easily.
I mean, there are others, I'm sure, at other schools, but
she's made an impact.
She has really made an impact here.
A talented ball player.
You know the story if you're a Spartans fan. She was at University of South Florida as a freshman, was hurt last year, wanted to play, came to Tampa.
Nice drive by Morton. She has got some skills, and we're going to have to remember that name for the next 3 years.
And I mentioned Nudge wanting to go to Tampa. She loves the city of Tampa, so she wanted to stay here when she started thinking that maybe she would transfer so that she could play.
There's a lot to love about Tampa.
Yeah.
Nudge finds Tider, spins in the lane, misses the shot, had it altered.
You know what? That was a terrific pass by Nudge, an entry pass.
Allen can't get it. Nudge just tips it to Julia McClure. Smart play. She knew she couldn't get her hands on the ball. Tipped it away from the basket to McClure.
Yeah, McClure gets the rebound in the stats column, but you could almost credit Dory. I mean, you can't. But
can you give assists for rebounds?
An assist on a board.
Tider. That was big. That gets it back to 8 instead of giving Florida Tech a chance to cut it to 3 or 4. Under 4 minutes to go. Back outside to Allen. She's hit a couple. Fouled on the way in this time.
Well, we had mentioned that we interviewed Dory Nudge last game after she tied the game in the final second of regulation, sending it to overtime, and the Spartans end up with a win. We mentioned that almost every game this season we could have honored her as the player of the game because she's had that kind of an impact on this team. And as I told her, we know, we're watching you. We know what you've meant to this team, but we do try to spread the wealth and get to know a lot of the various players. And we've talked to almost every player on the team this year at some point because this has been a real team effort. And they've had a lot of success. Right now, second in the conference, battling Eckerd for that number 2 spot by tournament's end.
55-49. Ingram pounds a dribble, guarded by Scott. Finds Tider. Nudge out high. Oh, McClure just missing Tider on the entry pass.
Tom Jesse, not too upset with that.
No.
Didn't like it, obviously, but he clapped and said, that's all right, good idea.
The thought was there.
Yep, good idea.
Complete the pass, might have been a layup. Morton, fouled. Morton now at 10 points, first player to get to double digits for Florida Tech. She's liking this kind of home crowd.
Oh, yeah. You know, Morton, a freshman, you talk about seeing her for a while. Cheyenne Scott, just a sophomore. This is a good young team.
Morton will shoot free throws.
I shouldn't say they're a young team because they do have senior, in Sedlikova. I mean, they do have seniors. Doan is a senior. So they will lose some players, key players like Ebb. But there's some nice talent on this team that we'll see for a while. Here comes that full court pressure.
Yeah. Lead down to 5, backcourt pressure. Once they got it in, they backed off. McClure up top. Now less than 3 minutes in the game. Nudge inside to Tider. Bounces it to Ingram inside, and she lays it in.
What a nice assist that time by Tider.
Ingram saw the baseline, too, and knew to make the cut. Morton's going to launch one. Misses it, rebound, and I think it was Hawkins. No, it was Doan. on the rebound and the foul.
There's no quit in either of these teams. Again, we've not had a double-digit lead in this game, and it's been really well contested.
Doan, another lefty, hits the free throw. Spartans are on the road next Wednesday. They're at Rollins. They do not play next Saturday. A day off next Saturday.
That's right.
And then then they are on the road again at St. Leo. We are not back broadcasting for 2 weeks.
I know. It's our spring break.
Well, I'm going to turn my sights to baseball for next weekend.
Yes, you are.
First home games for the Spartans. Nudge in the lane. Nice pass to Titer, and she lays it in.
5th assist for Nudge to go with their 9 rebounds and 11 points. Just a real nice game. Great awareness.
Spartans have 24 points, 24 baskets, 16 assists on the day. That is good sharing. And just before Julia's daughter was going to pull up a free throw line jumper, John Reynolds said, "Stop, timeout, think about it." Julia's
it was a pretty good look, you know.
I had a nice looking shot.
Yeah. Coach, come on, I was open.
Take the timeout after I hit the bucket.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we are at 59-52, 7-point lead for Tampa with 1:54 left in the game. Spartans are led by Stasia Titer with 17, Dory Nudge 11, and Julia Ingram also with 11. Only person in double digits for Florida Tech is Morton with 11. Off the rebound, Spartans get the ball. 7-point lead, 1:40 to go. Spartans have been protecting a slim lead, but they got it to 8. It's now 7. 10 on the shot clock. Nudge, ball fake near the free throw line, skips through a couple players, but gets a foul, and let's see who they called it on. She danced through about 3 Florida Tech Panthers, and the call is on Hawkinson. Nudge hits the free throw. It's 8. (60-52). This basket here equals the largest lead of the game. 61-52. Nudge now with 13 points to go with the 9 boards.
Panthers haven't had a basket, a field goal, for 3.5 minutes.
Morton, a 3 on the way. Missed it. Rebound on a push-off, though, by Doan. Will give the ball to Tampa.
A good seal out there, defensive rebounding position by Julia Ingram, and I think she'll get to go to the free throw line to shoot since it's the 5th team foul. Ingram in double figures today.
Spartans hold on to win this one, and it's looking good. That'll be 9 wins in their last 11 games.
If they win, they go to 11-4 in conference. That's big. They'll be 17-6.
Ingram with 2 free throws.
Very good numbers. Portends well for the postseason as well.
Long 3, airballed it. Titer grabs it. 11-point lead. 1 minute to go in the game. Maybe more attrition than anything is giving the Spartans this lead. They have stayed stayed solid down the stretch, and I think they just kind of wore down Florida Tech. 8 on the shot clock. Tighter, fadeaway free throw line, hits it.
There's the dagger.
If you're worried 11 points wasn't enough, 13 right now with 35 seconds. McClure gets a rebound. I don't know if Dory knows she needs one more rebound. I don't think she cares.
Probably not. Tighter, by the way, I think just 1 point off her season high.
She has 19.
They'll just basically dribble it out to the very end here, probably. Or
second difference, so even if you let the shot clock run down. The only reason to not let the shot clock run down is it's a turnover.
Yeah, and I think they'll just take the turnover. I think that's what Tom Jesse just said. We're going to take the shot clock violation.
A couple of years ago, and I'm a Wisconsin Badger fan, late in the game, the Badgers did that. It was their first turnover of the game and would have set an NCAA record of no turnovers in a game.
Right, you are. All right, Jack, well, that was a good win for the Spartans. I'm going to go out there and get Stacia Tider to come over and visit with you.
All righty. Spartans win it. 65-52 is the final score as the Spartans pull away. Trailed by 2, 32-30 at halftime. Took a 3-point lead at the end of the quarter and end up winning by a 65-52 margin. 10-point scoring difference for the Spartans in the fourth quarter. Scott Lynn trying to track down Stacia Tider, our player of the game. 19 points, 11 rebounds. Stacia making her way over. Joining me is Stacia Tider. You can hear me, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I can.
You look tired. What's the deal?
I mean, after like a few kicks in the second quarter, I'm pretty good after that. I don't want to say I pace myself, but I just know how to, handle, because I know Coach wants me out there playing to my best ability. So
another double-double for you, 19 points, 11 rebounds. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But you know what? Even more impressive to me, 4 assists on the day. You guys, you and Dory,